What the fuck? It is YouTube, it's DMAXSUPREME back with another video, whatever you want to call it. And today, we're going to be talking about the time they was trying to cancel FTP. Alright, but before I even get into all that, bro, the creator FTP. The creator FTP is Zach FTP. He was born in California, I believe Inglewood. Grew up, like a regular life for real. I mean, he had a gangbanging father. His mother was there. I mean, I be seeing on his Instagram sometimes he be, supporting his mother and stuff. He really loved his mother for real. Like, it seemed like his mother is his heart for real. Yeah, Zach FTP came from Inglewood. Went to school, graduated high school and stuff like that. And he created FTP. He had FTP backwards when he was like in high school. It was PTF because you can't really wear FTP in school because FTP is F the police, or they gonna be like, what that stand for? You're gonna be like F the population. You don't really, teachers and principals and stuff like that, they don't really want you to wear that in like school property and shit like that. So he had to put the shit backwards. So it was PTF. It was PTF for a while when he was in high school. And then, when he got out of high school and stuff, he went back to FTP. He was working in a little warehouse at one point in time, and that's where he learned how to manage a warehouse. He learned how to package stuff. He learned how to do orders and stuff like that. I mean, FTP is a big organization. Successful organization, bro. Like Zach FTP be making bread off his fucking clothing brand, bro. Not gonna lie to you, FTP is known, but it's like known in like the underground level. Even though his brand is not underground, bro. His brand not underground. Bro make hella money off that shit, bro. It's like it's mainstream, but it's like underground at the same time. Cause not a lot of people know about FTP, bro. Like, that is not like I can go out in the street right now and ask people, even the young generation, what FTP is, bro. And some of them gonna say no, bro. I live in Baltimore. Not a lot of people is hip to like the underground and shit like that. Baltimore kind of stay in one bubble, so they not really gonna know what FTP mean. How did FTP get big? FTP basically got big by having underground artists promote the brand and stuff like that. And this what FTP do. This what Zach FTP do. If you see a artist that's buzzing, he kind of send them merch. He send them merch and fuck with them for real. You feel me? And they'll end up putting it on his story and be like, shout out FTP for sending me merch. I know he did it to X, to a couple underground artists, but the main underground artists that supported FTP, and a lot of people support FTP, bro. A lot of underground artists, even mainstream artists, support FTP. But the main artists at that time that was really, really supporting FTP was Suicide Boys. Of course, they have a song called FTP. And Lube the Group. That was the two main people that was really supporting FTP, coming up as the rise for real. But he always fuck with the underground artists for real and put the underground artists on to his clothes for real, and people always shouted, the underground artists already shouted him out for real. And he already had a buzz in high school because people was fucking with this shit in high school. People was dead ass fucking with this shit in high school. They fuck with the meaning. They fuck with some people thought it was F the police, but it's really F the population. But some people thought it was F the police, so they was fucking with it because of that. But he was getting a buzz since high school, really. So FTP collabed with many other people too. FTP collabed with Fredo Santana, Chief Keef, I believe Lucky, Black Cray, aka Sick Boy Rari, Suicide Boys, like I said before, and many more artists, bro. I can go on and on and on, bro. He collabed with so much people, bro, and he really brought in some of the other people fan base from their fan base, you feel me? So FTP definitely did a good job marketing in the underground for real. I really look up to him about that because he really did his thing about that shit, you feel me? But now we're gonna get into what the video is really about. Why they was trying to cancel FTP. Okay, so everybody know about the Columbine shooting. It was a shooting that happened in 1999. Two gunmen, Eric Harris and Dylan Keybold. They both of them shot up the school for real. It was like one of the biggest school shootings in America for real. Columbine shooting is pretty known, like everybody know about it, yo. Like some people even feature it in their raps, like Thousand Man Funny featured it in one of his songs, because Thousand Man Funny even said like, all my niggas out whacking shit, call it Columbine. Bones did a whole album on this situation. A lot of underground artists like not even made tracks about it, reference it in their music. Basically it was two gunmen, Eric Harris, Dylan Keybold. Both of them basically ran up in the school and just started like taking everybody out, pretty much like just starting doing the shooting. I remember it was I believe it was like a girl outside like reading a book or something like that, and what somebody had asked, I don't know if it was Eric or Dylan, one of them had asked the girl that, do you believe in God? And she said yes or something like that, and one of them said, well, you gonna see him today, and shot her. Yeah, it was pretty serious. Nothing to really joke about. A lot of people lost their lives. It was a very sad like day for real. And they not even that, they were shooting people with guns, and they was going to set off an explosion in the lunchroom. They brought in duffel bags with bombs and they put it in the lunchroom, and I believe the cafeteria, and I believe the library, or I think it was just probably the cafeteria. They had put in bombs to blow up like the cafeteria in the school. And I don't know if it was people in the cafeteria, like a lot of more people would have probably died that day. But the bombs failed to blow up, so thank God they didn't blow up. Okay, it probably would have been even worse. More people probably would have died that day. But then after the shooting and stuff like that, they end up killing themselves, because I mean, you do a big damage like that, bro, I mean, they probably gonna give you death in jail. Like, no, bro, they was probably gonna give Eric and Dylan death in jail, bro. Like that as no way, because like, bro, they killed so many people and they had a bomb. Like, come on, bro, they was probably gonna get death in jail. So they was like, shit, we might as well kill ourselves. That's what they did. They ended up killing off each other, and that's pretty much the end of the story. Zach FTP ended up making merch on it. Zach FTP ended up making merch on the Columbine shooting, because it was like, he thought it was gonna be a good idea. He thought it was cool. It was gonna be like cool for real. And Zach FTP is the type of person that he don't really give a fuck what people think, and he do what he want. He make clothes on what he want, or what he think is right to him. He don't care what another person thinks. He don't care what people think about his clothing. And that's why so many people fuck with FTP in the movement, because they know Zach FTP don't give a fuck. Like, he do whatever you want. That's basically what FTP means. Like, bro, go out and do whatever you want. Like, forget what everybody else think. Just do what you want to do. It's your life type shit. That's basically the meaning behind FTP. So the merch that FTP had was basically like, it was like a gym shirt that said Columbine Physical Education, and I believe it said, do you believe in God in the back. And he even had a merch of students that did the shooting in the Columbine shooting, laid out dead with a bloody puddle and stuff like that, and to say FTP on the bottom. Came out with shirts like that. Came out with a shirt that say Natural Selection. Bro, that's really all he really like. That's all he really like dropped. He even had somebody take a picture in front of the Columbine school with the like banner and stuff like that, and they had a Columbine Physical Education shirt on. He did like a photo shoot basically in front of the school, but surprisingly, a lot of people fucked with it. A lot of people fucked with the idea that he did a Columbine shooting merch. Like, nobody else did that before. I don't think nobody else even made Columbine shooting merch except FTP. I think he was like probably the only person that did it, the only person that had the guts to do it. Like I said, Zach the FTP thought it was a good idea. He don't care what anybody else thinks. He did what he want. like it gave him a lot of backlash because, you know, like people was definitely hitting up his email saying like, how can you make a shirt like this and stuff like that? Like, this is disrespectful, you know, like, because like Kanye is kind of like, it's like, damn, like a lot of people died that day. Like that day should be like respected. And if you're making merch on it, it's like you're making fun of the situation. Like you're making fun of that day or something like that. Like you're making fun of the situation basically. So that's what people like thought about it. So he really got a lot of backlash about making that merch, but it also helped the brand at the same time. A lot of people was fucking with it, but then a lot of people wasn't. But Zach FTP said anybody by making the merch for real. He just thought it was cool, and he thought it was like a good idea to make merch on it. Like I said, I don't think anybody else was doing it at the time, or did it. So like he thought it was really a good idea, which I mean, I guess it was a good idea because I mean it really helped out with his brand a lot. It put his brand on the map, pretty much, because like people saw that like, oh shit, this person do not give a fuck about what he dropped, bro. He dropped what he won. This brand can really like relate to a lot of people. That's why so many people fuck with FTP, and so many people still fuck with FTP because of the meaning and what Zach FTP stands for. But yeah, people was definitely trying to cancel FTP, try to make people not mess with the brand anymore. But you know, Zach FTP stayed 10 toes down, and he kept on doing his thing, kept on dropping merch. He didn't care what anybody thought. He was just doing what he want. I think FTP is a great ass brand, bro. Like I think FTP is like a really good brand because, bro, like for real, do what you want. Like who cares what anybody else thinks, bro? Just do what you want. It's your life, bro. It's your world, pretty much, bro. It's your world. The world is yours, all like Scarface type shit. Like do what you want, bro. Fuck what anybody else thinks. And that's how I live my life, bro. I do what I want. I don't care what nobody else thinks. I do what I want to do. But I hope y'all enjoyed the vid, bro. It's DMAXSUPREME. I'm out. Let me know what y'all think about this situation in the comments below. Yeah, bro. Peace.